video, we're going to be taking a look at another anime superpower which allows us to teleport around a room in a really fast way. This effect is really fun and rather easy to do, so let's get started with the filming and then we can jump into Filmora and edit the videos. So you want to choose a space for this effect where there isn't much windows, and that way you can control the lighting and avoid getting different lightings in each video. First, we're going to need an empty shot of this background without the actor, and we want to make sure that the camera is set on manual so that the settings don't change while we're filming. In the second shot, I'm going to have the actor jump around a bunch of times, and he's going to do his action, and every time that he lands in one of his positions, he's going to do like a little jump before he moves on to his next move. Once we have these two videos, we can go ahead and edit them in Filmora. Before we get started, let's increase the length of our background video by slowing it down. So select the background video, go over to this speed icon, and go for the slow section where you can just choose a preset. In the first section, our actor is going to jump up and then land like that. We're going to go for the frame where he is in the air. You can use your left and right arrow keys to move in frame by frame. So this is the highest that he is. We're going to make a cut right here, and we can get rid of the rest. Move in one frame with your right arrow key, and then we're going to make a cut. Now we're going to look for the part where he has fully landed. So right over here, make a cut, and then get rid of the video in between. Let's grab a few frames after he has landed. So I will grab 4 frames from this video, split it right here, and you can get rid of the rest. So we have 1 frame of him being the highest in his jump, and then we have 4 frames where he has landed. We can always come back and increase this. For now, we're going to leave it at 4 frames. Right over here, this is the highest point of his jump. Move in 1 frame, and we're going to make a cut. We're going to look for where he has landed. So right over here, make a cut. Now move in 4 frames. 3, 4. Make a cut. Get rid of this. And now we have his teleportation video. For the rest of the video, we're going to start with him in his original position. Make a cut. Let's just bring these 4 clips onto the track above. We're going to look for the part where he's about to move. Right over here. We're going to right click, speed, add freeze frame. So we're going to get a freeze frame here. Move in 5 times with the right arrow key so we have a bunch of frames to work with. Make a cut once you're finished, and then we can get rid of the freeze frame for here. We're going to look for a frame where he is in a stable position. Make a cut, we can get rid of this area where he's going from position A to position B. We're going to have him in that position for a while until he decides to move again. I'm just going to hide this video track for now. Keep it going for a few frames, and then we're going to look for when he's about to move again. So right over here, make a cut. Then we're just going to look for him in another finished position. Now at the start of this transportation video, we're going to right click, speed, add freeze frame. We will need 5 frames, so use your right arrow key. Split the freeze frame and get rid of the rest. And then the rest of the video is just going to be normal. I'm going to drag these guys right here. So we're going to have a separate track dedicated to the clones that appeared while he was jumping. A track dedicated to the normal speed videos, so just bring these up, and another track dedicated for the background video. So we are working with 4 video tracks. Now let's mask out our subject in the freeze frame videos. So select them, double click, head over to mask, grab the rectangular mask, and just position the box. Make sure to blur the edges so that it looks a lot more natural. Once you're done, hit OK, and do this with the other freeze frame. Now we're going to keyframe the position of these freeze frames from the first location of our subject into the second location. So let's increase the second video by a little bit. And then we're going to lower the opacity just so we can see exactly where our freeze frame needs to be. Go to compositing and just lower the opacity. So I need to drag my freeze frame from here to there using the animation window. Double click on your freeze frame. We're going to add a keyframe in the first position, come to the end, and then we're just going to use position X, Y, and scale. So make sure that the height of your freeze frame matches the subject in the second video. And once you're finished, hit OK. We can bring back the opacity for the second video. But to make it faster and more epic, we're going to lower the number of frames. You can bring the top video so that it overlaps. But now to make it more smooth, we're going to grab a rotate blur effect. Go to the effects menu and type in rotate blur. Then add this onto your freeze frame video. Double click your freeze frame, and now we're going to just increase the first and second slider all the way up so we have this blurry look. We're also going to head back to our mask tab and just make our character a little skinnier. And then we're going to right click on both of these keyframes. So right click on this one, edit keyframe, remove the lock right here, and we're just going to make our character kind of skinny so that the motion blur would be more smooth. Add the same number for scale X, so 52 here, then it means that here needs to be 52 as well. Now let's move into the second punch and repeat the same thing. So I did that for our second punch, and now it's time to bring in our clones. Before we get started, let's bring everything up by a track and then bring the clone videos underneath the punching videos. I'm going to lock in the tracks for the freeze frame and the normal speed videos just so that I don't move them around. Let's hide the tracks of the punching videos and now focus on the clones. Let's first move the rest right here, right click, speed, add freeze frame. We just need about 3 frames, so count once again, get rid of the extra, and then bring this guy back. Let's just delete the other 2 and come back to it later. We're going to add the same rotate blur effect to the freeze frame video, and now the whole clip is just blurred out. Make a mask like we did for the previous examples. We're gonna go to the last frame, add a keyframe, then go to the first frame where we're just gonna move this guy out of the picture by using the position Y value. We can also scale it out so it's a bit small when they're showing up and then it becomes larger. Just going to decrease the scale X, not the Y. In the effects menu, type in weak signal and add this effect to the freeze frame video. So we're going to get something like this. Adjust the effect by moving these sliders, and then once you're finished, hit OK. And now we're going to copy and paste this to the other parts of our video. And now we're going to mask out our subject from the normal speed videos. Select that video, go to mask, and we want to just remove the background from these normal speed videos so that we can see our clones. Make sure to add to the blur strength, and then we're going to add 1 keyframe. So right when our clone is going to show up, we are activating this mask. Now do this with the other 2 normal speed videos, and then we're finished. Now you have this really cool superpower which allows you to teleport around the room. Let's work together and create the same style.